All right, welcome back. We just have a little bit to finish up for chapter 3, and then we'll be able to be on to chapter 4. And this last little bit has to do with naming compounds. And the last compound that we're kind of going to remind ourselves how to name are the hydrates. Hydrates. Now, we've named hydrates before. It was a while back. But it's not terribly hard to do. So, let's see if you can name just this first half of the compound without thinking about the hydrate for this at this point. What's the name of that compound there?
Calcium.
Yeah?
Sulfur oxide.
Okay, that's a good guess, but what are we supposed to do when we see? What does that look like? What kind of an ion? What do we call that kind of ion?
An ion.
It's a polyatomic ion, right? A polyatomic ion means there's many atoms that come together to form that ion. All right. So, can you find the name of the polyatomic ion on the chart?
No, I don't see it.
I think it's down towards the bottom more. Not the very bottom, but about a little bit past halfway. Here it is. I found it. You see it on my page?
SO4?
Uh-huh. See? SO4.
Oh, I was looking for Ca.
Oh, no. Ca is calcium, like you said. Didn't you say calcium?
Yeah, I was looking for CaSO4.
No. The polyatomic ion, remember, is only going to be the second half or the first half, because this is just one ion in a compound. So it's calcium what?
Sulfate.
Calcium sulfate. Very good. And we don't have to call it calcium 2 sulfate or anything like that, because calcium is the second column, so it's always a +2, right? All right. Now, the rest of the naming for those two water molecules that are attached to every calcium sulfate, we say calcium sulfate di, that's the number for 2, and then hydrate. So calcium sulfate dihydrate. All right, good. How about this next one?
Oh, 1 second. Oh, cobalt.
Cobalt, good.
And what's the other one?
Cobalt.
Wait, is it another thing on the periodic table?
I don't think so. I think it's just on an element, right? It's just one element, Cl, right?
Oh, chlorine.
Uh-huh. And so, how does it end? Is it cobalt chlorine? Is that what we say?
Chloride.
Very good. Cobalt chloride. Now, cobalt is a transition metal. Does that mean we have to do something else with that name?
Put a 2 in between it.
That's right. That's right. Because that 2 represents the charge on that cobalt ion in that compound. Cobalt 2 chloride, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, how do we name the rest of it? What's the little 6 waters? How are we going to name that? Cobalt 2 chloride. What's the prefix for 6? Do you remember what you call a 6-sided figure?
Hexahydride.
Good. Hexahydride. Cobalt 2 chloride. Hexahydride. Very good. All right. How about this last one?
Ion.
Iron. Very good.
Ion.
Iron. Instead of iodine, what?
Iodide.
Very good. Iron iodide.
Trihydrate.
Very good. Iron iodide trihydrate. Let me write that down. Iron iodide trihydrate. Now there's one thing that we're missing.
2.
Is it a 2 here?
Yes.
How did you know it was a 2?
Because hydrogen's 2 away.
What is?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. What hydrogen? You talking about iodine? What are you talking about?
Iodine is 2 away.
Where's element I? Where's the element? Where's iodine?
53.
53. How many more electrons does each one take when it forms a compound?
1.
1. And there was 3 that were necessary, right? We needed 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. How many irons did we need?
2.
No, it says right there, just 1 in there, right? There's just 1 iron and 3 iodides. So what must the charge be on the iron?
3.
Plus 3. So what does that mean? We're supposed to title it iron what?
Iron 3
Iron
iodide.
3 iodide trihydrate. Very good. Excellent job. Way to go. You've named so many different compounds, and we're not going to do these ones. They're good practices, but we have bigger fish to fry. Okay.